if China launches an unprecedented attack on the island. The United States will defend Taiwan, according to President Biden. This is the latest in a series of comments the vice president has made over the past year that has been unusually direct about the United States' intentions in the face of mounting pressure from Beijing. What is the history between China and Taiwan? Austronesian tribal people, who are assured to have originated in modern-day southern China, were the earliest known settlers in Taiwan. Beijing utilizes this historical fact to support its claim to the island, which first appears in Chinese annals in AD 239. When an emperor dispatched an expeditionary army to explore the region. Taiwan was governed by China's Qing dynasty from 1683 to 1895, after a relatively brief period 1624 to 1661 as a Dutch possession. Significant numbers of immigrants from China began to arrive starting in 17th century, frequently escaping unrest or hardship. Most were Hakka Chinese, mostly from Guangdong, or Hoklo Chinese from the province of Fujian. The island's greatest demographic groups now are by far their descendants. Taiwan had to be given up by the Qing government to Japan after Japan's victory in the First Sino-Japan War in 1895. Following World War II, Japan gave up possession of the land it had seized from China. With the support of its allies, the US and the UK, the Republic of China (ROC), one of the war's winners, took over the island nation's ruler. However, civil war followed in China in the following few years, and Mao Zedong's Communist Army overcame the forces of the country's then leader, Chiang Kai-shek. In 1949, Chiang, the surviving members of the Kuomintang KMT cabinet, and their supporters, roughly 1.5 million people, fled to Taiwan, even though they only make up 14% of the population. This minority, known as the mainland Chinese, long controlled Taiwan's politics. In exile in Taiwan, Chiang built a government that he oversaw for the following 25 years. After assuming control, Chiang Ching-kyu, the son of Chiang, permitted further democratization. Locals who disliked authoritarian rule opposed him, and a burgeoning democratic movement put pressure on him. Taiwan's father of democracy, President Lee Teng-hui, oversaw constitutional amendments that eventually allowed Chen Shu-bian to become the island's first non-KMT leader in 2000. Why is China interested in Taiwan? Despite the fact that the Chinese Communist Party has never held power on the island, Beijing sees Taiwan as an integral part of its territory. The reunification of China and Taiwan will be pursued peacefully, according to Chinese President Xi Jinping. In a speech in 2021, Xi claimed that the Taiwan Independence Force was the main hindrance to the reunification of China. Those who disregarded their history, disrespected their motherland, and attempt to divide the nation will not fare well, according to Xi. He declared he hoped to see a one nation, two systems approach, like that of Hong Kong, implemented for peaceful reunification. Taiwan, meanwhile, generally opposes the political system. Will the US defend Taiwan from China? The self-governing democracy of Taiwan, which is 100 miles off the coast of China and is annexed by Beijing, was questioned if the US military would protect it. Biden responded, yes, if there was an unprecedented attack. When asked again if the American military would join the fight in the event of a Chinese invasion, unlike in Ukraine, Biden responded, yes. Since mid-2021, Biden has previously suggested that the United States might get involved in a fight over Taiwan 3 times in public. According to some observers, these statements go against a long-standing inclination of American administrations for ambiguity on the subject of defending Taiwan. as a tactic to dissuade both China and Taiwan from taking actions that could change the status quo. The White House has stated that the remarks don't signal a shift in American policy. Following the interview, a White House representative stated, quote, "The president has previously said this. He also made clear then that our Taiwan policy hasn't changed. That remains true," unquote. Mao Ning, a spokesperson for the Chinese Foreign Ministry, announced at a news conference in Beijing that China has officially complained to the United States about Biden's comments in order to prevent additional harm to China, U.S. ties as well as peace and stability. In the Taiwan Strait, she pleaded with the U.S. not to send any erroneous signals to the separatist forces of Taiwan independence. Taiwan is seen by China's Communist Party as unfinished business from the Civil War, which concluded in 1949, when the Nationalist Party was defended and fled to the island. Beijing has sworn to reunite Taiwan with the rest of China, ideally through peaceful means, but also through force if necessary. The 23 million residents of Taiwan overwhelmingly favor maintaining the status quo and reject unification with China. A red line for Beijing, according to Biden, is that the United States does not support Taiwan's independence. However, he said, quote, "Taiwan makes their own judgments about their independence. That's their decision," unquote. The U.S. is obligated by law to give Taiwan the tools necessary to protect itself. Following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the discussion over what that should entail has been more heated, with a thorough multi-year modernization of its armed forces. China has also skewed the balance of power across the Taiwan Strait. Although U.S. officials maintain that their country's policy toward Taiwan has not changed, tense relations between Washington and Taipei have recently improved on a more casual basis. Chinese President Xi Jinping warned Biden against American intervention in the Taiwan dispute during a phone call in July, stating that those who play with the fire eventually get burned. The most senior American official to step foot in Taiwan since Newt Gingrich visited as House Speaker in 1997 was Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House, who made a trip last month. Due to its anger over the visit, China has conducted military exercises close to Taiwan and flown airplanes across the median line that runs down the middle of the Taiwan Strait, dividing Taiwan from the mainland. Is there a chance that China could succeed in any takeover of Taiwan? Maybe in part because of the likelihood of U.S. restraint combined with operational speed. If China could be successful in an attempt to quickly overwhelm Taiwanese defenses before U.S. forces could respond, and if Beijing would be able to take control of the island before a significant counterattack is doubtful. Given the ongoing American presence in the area and the close-by forward posture of strike assets, this appears unlikely. Fighter aircrafts, bombers, close carriers, strike groups, as well as long-range defensive weapons placed on Taiwan by the United States increase the likelihood that any invasion will be thwarted, and delayed increase the likelihood that any invasion will be thwarted or delayed long enough for the United States to intervene. Furthermore, despite Taiwan's proximity to the Chinese mainland, a sizable number of American surveillance tools, including satellites, constantly monitor Chinese movements. Any military exercises, large-scale troop movements, or early transits towards Taiwan would probably be instantly detected by American monitoring. Any form of large-scale invasion seems unlikely to occur before the United States would have a chance to interfere. However, there is always the possibility of a surprise attack with something like a long-range rocket. This reality probably puts an end to any Chinese hopes that they might rapidly seize Taiwan, convince Washington to hold off, and essentially allow Beijing to avoid a disastrous full-scale war. What do you think will happen if the United States defend Taiwan from a conflict from China? Please let me know by leaving a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, turn on the notification bell, and subscribe to Wealth-ology for more videos like this. Thank you for stopping by to watch. See you in our next video.